Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Shanti. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Tu Janakatmaja Purato Marutiryasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam. Manojavam Marutatuल्य Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayudha Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hari Om, salutations to all. So our topic is Tum rakshak kahu ko darana. Very famous from Hanuman Chalisa. In the world there is a saying that in the world of rat race, even if you win, you still remain a rat, always afraid of a cat hiding below a mat. Meaning, no matter what we achieve in life, fear and sorrow, they don't leave the human being. Bhaya and shoka. And in that, fear is something which is very debilitating. Think about it. Any fear that we have, what does that fear do? First thing it will do is, it will completely make us feel weak. It will make us withdraw. It will make us, not take any risk. So our potential doesn't manifest because of fear. And when there is fear in the mind, then the intellect gets clouded and the body also gets, in some ways stiff, inflexible. So fear is something that one should overcome in life. So in the animal realm, there is fear. Fear is a natural drive that is present in every living being. Biological fear is there to safeguard us from any hurt, harm, etc. And that has come from the animal realm. Survival of the fittest is the law there, and fear dominates the life. But having become a human, then fear is something that one has to get out of. Hanumanji is the exact opposite of fear. Fearlessness, absolutely. Full of strength. The moment we think of Hanumanji, that is one word that comes to the mind is strength. Atulita Bala Dhama. Immeasurable is his strength. And that's why when we remember him, then if he is there to protect, Tum rakshak kahu ko darana, then what is there to fear? A long back that movie Sholay was there, In that one dialogue comes, I remember, as children, we used to tease each other with that. Jo dar gaya, so mar gaya. And in some ways it is true also. The potential dies only inside us. When there is fear, can't do anything. For how long Sugriv lived in fear? Think about that. Because Vali was chasing him and he found his safety in the Rishyamukh Parvat because Vali can't come there. Otherwise, he was running wherever he was going, Vali was chasing him. In fact, if you read Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, when Bhagwan Ram came to Sugriv and Sugriv was to send different monkeys to search for Sita ji, he sends 4 parties. One in the north, one in the left, one in the east, south and the west. All 4 directions he sends. And he describes, there's a long description given there. He will describe Arctic area, he will describe Antarctic down, he will describe on the left side Peru and those places also. There's massive description given in the Valmiki Ramayana. So Bhagwan Ram asked him that how do you know so many places? He said, because Vali was chasing, I have been to all these places. So Vali was continuously chasing him and he was not able to sit in peace anywhere. Vali is symbol of fear. Some or the other fear all of us have or not. In every satsang, one person's mobile should ring. Then that satsang is successful. So, fear is something that one has to come out of. Vali lived in fear. One can't enjoy life when there is fear. One can't manifest potential when there is fear. One can't be free when there is fear. There are so many challenges to fear. Even one, suppose I have fear of water. Can't swim, let us say. So many times one will feel so scared looking at water. One can't enjoy. There are other people who are happily swimming, playing. And monsoon time, Maharashtra, people go to various treks and all that, and then they jump, and there are enough videos nowadays of people jumping straight inside. And they say, I will show you one place which nobody has been to so far. And when you land up there are 2,000 people already there in that place. Because of this only, because Instagram you put everywhere, now everybody is going there. So they'll jump. So one fear, which is the biggest fear that one has? Fear of death. Second biggest fear? Can you guess? Health. Survival. That is so general. FOMO is general. That is for many things. But specific, which is a fear? Losing the loved ones. Your kids should not have problems. You are all very nice, loving people. Second biggest fear is supposed to be fear of public speaking. Stage fear. Not even stage fear. See, dancers and all of them, they'll dance. But public speaking. What will people think about me? Fear is there. So other fears, like you said, fear of love, losing the loved ones, fear of loss, many things. It is said, people out of fear, they don't start anything new because of fear. Some people, they start, but they fear some obstacle may come up, then they immediately stop. Some people start, continue, obstacle comes, then they give up. But that is not. So एक एक्सरसाइज करो, सब लोग अपना फोन निकालो. फियर में बंद नहीं किया. बंद कर जाओ. आप निकालो, फोन निकालो और उसको साइलेंट मोड में डालो और अपने नेबर को बताओ. क्योंकि चिन्मय मिशन में मेरा एक रूल है, जिसका भी फोन बजेगा उसके 2 नेबर हमको 2-2 हजार रुपए डोनेशन देंगे. Because it is not the fault of that person, it is the fault of the neighbor. Neighbor did not check कि फोन ऑफ किया कि नहीं किया. दूसरों को फंसाने के लिए ऑन कर रहे हैं. वाह. So I was saying how fear, fear of losing loved ones, fear of loss. Some people, they don't start anything because of fear. Some people give up because of fear. Very rare few people will start off fearlessly. Even if obstacles come, I will face it. So it's very important to know that how fear has to be overcome. One fear also, if I overcome, so much energy is released in the mind. So much confidence will be boosted. Think about it. What I was having a fear earlier. So it's not about telling people, it is not about making them aware that, okay, today I have become so much more. It is about me, myself. How much I have overcome my fear, that much stronger I am. Hence, it is important to be fearless. In fact, fearlessness is the highest goal of human life. In fact, it is the product of realization of the truth. In the Upanishad, it is said, Abhaya Pratishtham Vindate. The person who attains the realization of the truth becomes absolutely fearless. No fear at all in their minds anymore. So, fearlessness is the goal also. Fearlessness is on the way also. We have to keep developing fearless. If I am a spiritual person and I am very scared, I am not spiritual. Spirituality is to make me fearless. Our culture doesn't say fear God. I don't know from where that has come. We don't have to fear God. Only if I am doing anything wrong, I have to fear my own bad karma. Bhagwan is all compassionate, kind, loving. Why will he try to destroy anybody or, pull down somebody or make them suffer? Bhagwan is not sitting there to, Gurudev used to tell us, Gurudev means Swami Chinmaya. He used to tell us that each of us is born to succeed. God never created you to fail in life. And then he would say, he has better things to do than write dirty lines on your forehead. He's not sitting there to make you fail and then suffer and then go through. We go through our karma. One has to understand that I have to face my karma. And whatever I am facing is a result of my own past karma. And what I will face future is a result of my own present karma. So if one has that clarity, then I will evolve myself, overcome my fears. World may ridicule me for any fear, and I don't have to feel lesser for any fear that I have. However small it may be. For somebody else it may be a fear which is silly, but for me it is a fear that is blocking me. I need to get out of it. As simple as that. So it is not that one has to, fears are big fears, small fears, nothing. Whichever it is a fear. One has to overcome that. So let us see what happens when fear is there. Very nice acronym of fear is, when fear arises in one's heart, then what happens? First thing, the natural response to fear is what? Run. I want to avoid it. I don't want to face. So one acronym of fear is, forget everything and run. Fear. If somebody is scared of darkness, you put off the lights, they don't want to sleep. They'll run out of that room. Some people have fear of lizard, cockroach, any of these, insects, mosquito. So many. Cat, rat, dog, any biological fears. So forget everything and run. That is first one acronym of fear. And the way to overcome fear is to first understand that whatever is my fear, first I need to acknowledge that there is a fear. And then I will have to face that fear. So the second acronym of fear is, face everything and rise. Don't run away. Because the mechanism of fear is, the more I run away from fear, the more it will not only chase, it will grow bigger and I will become smaller. Some people have the fear, I can't dance. And so in a party or in any such, campfire or any social gathering, now there is some dance people are doing. They are so conscious every single moment, I can't dance, I can't dance, I can't dance. And then you see some people who don't bother about anybody, they just dance. Aata hai, nahi aata hai, they just dance. Because they are at least facing it out. So, when we want to overcome fear, it may be anything, fear of loss, fear of, criticism, fear of failure, fear of anything at a biological level. Whatever is my fear. And if you see the list of fears, some of the fears and phobias that people have, they are very weird. One thinks also, how can this be a fear? I don't remember the name of that now, but I had read long time back. People are scared. There's a fear of peanut butter sticking on the top of your pellet. Yeah. Some people have fear of that also. Now you and I may think, ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? पागल है क्या? But that person is, for him, that fear is there and that is very real. Now fear doesn't operate only by logic. But over time one has to face it and overcome it. Otherwise it will keep growing bigger. One may escape from that fear by doing many other things, thinking, no, this part I don't have to even handle this area of my life, so I will not. But that's the challenge there. The more I let fear, remain, the more my potential is blocked. So, first acronym is what? Forget everything and run. You don't apply that. That is just to understand how fear is operating. Second acronym is face everything and rise. I have to rise and I need to face. Arjun did not want to face. What did he want to do? Run. And what did fear make him do? The biggest, the most powerful archer of his times, the strongest one, the best one, the most efficient one. 12 years he fought. He did tapasya, got the weapons and everything. And on that particular day, what happened to him? Shivering, trembling, sweating, can't hold the bow, fallen on the ground. And he has tears in his eyes. Somewhere I read, what is tears? They are the... They are sign of... So need not be always sign of weakness, they are sign of emotion what one is going through. But the PJ I read somewhere was, tears are the hydraulic force by which the masculine willpower is defeated by feminine water power. That is called as tears. So this Arjun, such a strong man, how has he become? You just see he was there right in front of Bhagavan, fallen on the ground, tears in his eyes, Ashrupurna Kulekshanam, Vishidantam, sorrow in his heart. Why did that happen to him? Because he got overwhelmed with attachment. So third step is to know. So first step is to know that I have fear. Second step is to learn to face it. Third is to understand the mechanism of fear. How does fear work? So fear works in 3 steps. What are the 3 steps of fear? First step of fear is, I don't know. Fear rises out of ignorance. When I don't know. Why is the fear of death there? One of the reasons is, I don't know what will happen to me. After this body is dropped, I don't know. What will I become? Bhutatma, Pretatma, Bhatakti Atma, Latakti Atma, what? What will happen to me? I don't know. So anything, fear of darkness. Why is there fear of darkness? I don't know what is inside. You put on the light, everything is clear, no problem. Fear of public speaking. Why is there a fear? Because I don't know what people are thinking about me. I don't know whether I will be able to deliver. What if I forget? What if I am not able to say what I prepared and went? So one brahmachari, he went and he told Swamiji. Swami Chinmaya. He said, Swamiji, I am very scared. I can't give public lecture and all that. He said, don't worry, my dear. You just sit there and you fire off. Don't bother about what people think. That is their prarabdha, that they have to listen to you. You don't worry. You just speak. So we don't know what they are thinking now is the mind imagine. So when there is ignorance, first step of fear is I don't know. Second step of fear is what if. That is the game that the mind plays. What if this happens? What if that happens? Maximum what can happen in public speaking, suppose I am scared. What will happen? People think what a fool he is. That's okay. That's the truth anyway. Doesn't matter. But we are scared. How does that person know? That is our fear. I don't want to exhibit my foolishness. That's why they say people appear wiser till they open their mouth. That's why silence is the best option. So, when I don't know, then what if? That is the game that the mind plays. What if this happens? What if that happens? And the more the mind imagines negatively the consequences, the more the fear will rise. Think about, again, in an exam, why is there a fear? On an interview, why is there so much of fear? What if I don't get the job? Then what will happen? Already I've given so many interviews, I didn't get the job. Now if I don't get this one also, what will people think? What will happen to my family? Money I don't have. Mind imagines. Some of it may be genuine also. Some of it may be valid, functional reasons. If I don't have money now, what will I do next, etc. But many of it is also imagine. So fear is what the mind will increase when I don't know, and then I imagine negatively. What if this happens? What if that happens? So second step is what if. First step is I don't know. Second step is what if. And third step is I can't handle it. If that what if goes more and more and more, then the third step will be I can't handle it, so I want to run. These are 4 steps of fear. Ignorance, what if, so I don't know, what if, I can't handle it, run. If I understand this as the cause of fear, these are the 4 causes broadly, then I will find one solution for each. If you think in Hanumanji's life, do you think at any point in time Hanumanji had fear? He had.
Not being able to find Sita.
Correct. At that point in time in Valmiki Ramayana it comes. He was very scared. He wanted to die only. Hanumanji had suicidal thoughts in Valmiki Ramayana, which is again to say that fear is not complete absence of fearlessness, is not absence of fear at all times. It is the ability to face it and overcome it. Ultimately, yes, when realization happens and you are absolutely fearless, then nothing, no fear at all. But journey is filled with fear and fearlessness, and we have to keep overcoming our fear. So he has that fear because he has searched the whole Lanka, he couldn't find. And that portion, if you see, you can relate very well with Hanumanji, because one feels, what is he going through? Many of us go through that. Because he goes into one big drive of what people call today as overthinking. He starts imagining. He says, I couldn't find Sita ji. Now I am going to go back. If I tell Ramji that I couldn't find Sita ji, he will die. He can't live. He will die. If he dies, Lakshman ji will die, then Bharat will die, then Shatrughna will die, then the 3 mothers will die, then Ayodhya Vasis will die, Sugriv will die, all the monkeys will die, all these people will die because I failed. Because I could not return with the news of Sita ji. Better it is I only die. At least the possibilities, they will still keep the search open, no? So I should only die. See, imagine, this is how fear will play. What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh, mind will build it up, build it up, build it up. Can't handle it. Escape. So, Hanumanji at that point, luckily that thought comes into his mind and he changes at that point in time and he says, no, death is not a solution. If I am alive, then only there can be some possibilities and I should not give up. I choose life, not death. That portion is one shloka only. It's very nice shloka there, that where he says, I choose life, not death. Then he says, one place I have not seen yet, and that is this Ashok Vatika. Then he goes there and he finds Sitaji. So mind plays like this, the fear is there in the mind, then it will make us do this. So 4 steps we saw. I don't know. What if? I can't handle it, and run. So first solution for fear is I must learn to face it. Second is tell the mind, mantra which our Gurudev used to give beautifully. He said the weak mind will always think, can I do it? Must I do it? Will I be able to do it? But the strong mind thinks exactly opposite. Says, I can, I must, I will. Bolo 3 baar जोर से. I can, I must, I will. I must, I will. I can, I must, I will. In management, this is called 360-degree turn. Can I do? I can. See I to I see, it is called. Can I do? I can. I can. Can I do it? Will I do it? Must I do it? No. I can, I must, I will. Tomorrow morning when you want to go for exercise and then weather is like this and it is raining and then you feel, can I get up? Should I get up? Will I be able to get up? And why should I get up? Then you tell yourself, I can, I must, I will, and get up and do. Don't say, I can, I must, and I will sleep. One man said, मैंने अपने अंदर के रावण को मार दिया, मैंने अपने अंदर के मेघनाथ को भी मार दिया, लेकिन मैं अपने अंदर के कुंभकर्ण को अभी तक नहीं मार पाया. So I can, I must, I will face that fear. I can face my fear, I must face my fear, and I will overcome the fear. So face it and practice. Certain things will go only by practice. So in slang we say, darne ka par karne ka. If you have fear of public speaking, go and speak. Get 5 people and tell them, you sit now, listen. There are people who do that, political rallies, half of them are coming because of wine and biryani only there. Not because they really want to listen. They'll make them sit. Suno abhi. So practice more and more. Suppose you are scared of dark, go and do. Suppose you are scared of adventure, go and do. 10 times you go up and do some bungee jumping. 11th time you will become a pro. They are saying 11th time bachega hi nahi Swamiji. We are telling you to do with harness, Baba, not simply jump. Do with proper harness. So practice whatever I am scared of in terms of a skill. If I am scared of water, if I have not learned swimming, then learn and jump into it. And practice, then only it will happen. So practice is one very important aspect to overcome fear. I need to keep on practicing. So third solution is what? The negative imaginations which are there. That is where I need faith. Because it is not possible to know always what is going to happen in future. Why is my mind? So if I say no, there should be never fear in my mind, it will never happen because future is uncertain and uncertainty brings a certain level of anxiety. I can stop negative imagination, that much I can do. I can reduce it quite a bit. That requires Shraddha. Shraddha, it can be in the higher, Shraddha, it can be in one's own self. There is a confidence that one has, I can deal with it because I have Shraddha in Bhagwan. In Shastra, in Guru, and in Ishvara, if one has Shraddha, then one will be able to face it, come what may. Most difficult times also I can get out of. Why? Because I have Shraddha, Bhagwan is with me, and that is no doubt in that. With each one, Bhagwan is in the hearts of all, there is no doubt. That Shraddha when one has, if one doesn't have Shraddha in Ishvara, Shraddha in the, if you have a Guru, then have Shraddha in the Guru. If not, have Shraddha in the scripture. The Shastra is there, if it has said certain thing, I am living a dharmic way of life, I will deal with it. Whatever comes my way, I will be able to face it, overcome it. So faith is a very, very important antidote against fear. Because when there is Shraddha, how many of you saw that recent movie which came, Maha-Avatar Narsimha? Very few of you saw. Should actually go and see. Very nice. And what I like most about that is because they have kept it very close to the scripture. What is given in Bhagavatam, they have taken from there. Few things here and there, liberty, creative liberty, but everything else is taken from there. What is the faith that Prahladji had? Think about that. He didn't doubt for a second that will Bhagwan protect me. And his Shraddha was so strong. His father kept on attempting to kill him in different ways. Did he feel victimized? Did he say that I am going to the UN human rights and filing one complaint that my father, he is torturing me, I am a victim of child abuse? He didn't say that. See, somewhere it is happening, then there are all rights that people have to go and complain, etc. I am not saying no, but I am saying what was his faith? From where did he derive strength? Think about it. ये तो घंटी बज गई. What is the state of mind of Hanumanji when his tail is on fire? Think about it. Little fire, our hand touches by mistake also, we get, the burn, and we are scared. We do fire walk. Have any of you done fire walk? Sometimes this. Hanumanji was very happy. But my point is this much, fire walk when we do, it is a small pit that is created and you have to take 2 steps from one place, you walk on fire and go to the other one. But how much fear comes out at that time, Bapre? It's only 2 steps I need to take. 1, 2, 3 and I'm out. It's burning coal. And it will not damage you at all if you just walk normally. But in fear, people try to run through that. That only makes that charcoal stick. You walk normally and go, nothing will happen. And the psychology also is very simple. It will take a few seconds for that contact. That much time is only not there. You put like this and 3 steps now you are out. But the mind doesn't operate there out of logic. The mind operates out of this fear. So one tries to run. Imagine Hanumanji's full tail is been on fire. And there is no fear in his mind. He prays to Agni Devta and he says, Agni Dev, now you help me. I will show the pratap of Bhagwan to these people. And what does he do? Lanka only he burns. So when there is fear in the mind, faith is very, very important. One needs to have Shraddha that Bhagwan is with me. Or you have Shraddha that my karmas are with me. If you don't have Shraddha in Bhagwan, my good karma is there. I will deal with it. Nothing happens without a cause. There is no randomness in this. And luckily there is no randomness. Otherwise imagine you sow an apple seed, what will come out you don't know. Mango, orange. No, there's a cause and effect. Now if apple seed is sown, only apple tree will be producing apple as a fruit. Same way, human beings, we are seeing so much of, in the cosmos, there is law of cause and effect that is functioning. The whole science is based on cause and effect only. So cause and effect function. So if one doesn't have Shraddha in the higher, have that faith that if something has come, it is because of my past karma, and in the present I have the free will. How I respond to it is my free will now. Let me make the best of that now. So have that confidence to face it, and whatever comes in future, the obstacles, I will deal with it and I will handle it. I will overcome it. You may derive strength from your capabilities, your knowledge, as well as any people who are with you, any support that you have, but one needs that to overcome fear and face it. We have the spiritual knowledge gives us that strength. That clarity comes with that knowledge that yes, I can deal with it. And if I have been doing regular spiritual study, sadhana, etc., then there is an internal strength that one feels also. What will be very, simple things can make some people very, very disturbed. Even the deepest of difficulties, and the spiritual person just glides through that. Why? Because the spiritual study, sadhana gives that inner strength to, I will deal with this. Otherwise, small things, people get very stressed. And now every day, everybody is scared and stressed so much. Suddenly they will say, ये नौ planet alignment में आ गए हैं, और ये इसकी दशा ये है, उसकी दशा वो है, अभी ये war होने वाला है, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. Something they will keep creating. And some planet keeps in growing in retrograde all the time. I don't know. And Mercury retrograde, this retrograde, that retrograde. So if you keep reading all that, then one is going to keep getting scared only. कि अरे ये भी होगा, वो होगा, अरे जो होगा देखा जाए. You anchor in a source of strength. Do sadhana daily. If you believe कि हनुमान जी को तेल चढ़ाने से सब ठीक हो जाएगा, तो जाओ चढ़ाओ अच्छे से. सैटरडे को जाओ, ट्यूसडे को जाओ, chant हनुमान चालीसा daily and have the श्रद्धा. तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना. In fact, Vivekananda ji said a very nice thing. The definition of an atheist is what? He said, one who fears is an atheist. He is an atheist. Why? Because if you have Shraddha that Bhagavan exists, then why are you scared? One famous saying is, don't tell God how big your problem is, tell your problem how big God is. That, I must have that Shraddha. Hanumanji goes and tells that to Ravan. He says, I'm an ordinary monkey. Imagine I have created so much of destruction in your whole Lanka. What will happen when Ramji himself comes? And there are many bigger monkeys. I am one small, insignificant one. In Valmiki Ramayana, he says so nicely, I am one small, insignificant monkey who has created this devastation in your Lanka. Imagine all the others who come. You better return Sita. So very, very strong is Hanumanji. And Hanumanji is a Chiranjeevi. That is another thing to remember. So if one thinks, where is Hanumanji? Pata nahi kaise hamari raksha karenge. Arey, he is Chiranjeevi. He will protect you, don't worry. And if you have that Shraddha and Bhakti, that is enough. Always remember one important point, that when we have Shraddha and Bhakti, doesn't mean that we will never face problems in life. Many people have that wrong notion. Swamiji, I do worship every day. I light a lamp every day. I offer flowers. I go to temple. I do so many things. Why then there are so many problems in life? But problems, Gurudev used to say, problems and challenges are supplied to us free of cost. We don't have to ask. They are there. That's the nature of life. Ups and downs are there only. With that, so many blessings also are there, no? Did we ask that question? Swamiji, why there are so many blessings also in life? No. Only problem our mind focuses on, right? So it is not that devotee doesn't face problem. Devotee also will face problem. Bhagavan Krishna's birth, when it happened, then Vasudev ji and Devaki ji, they were in the prison and Bhagavan took avatar there. And he told them, you have to take me across the Yamuna, go and, leave me in Gokul, in Nanda Baba's house. Suddenly, so he said, so, Bhagwan, how will I go? I am in chains. He said, you don't worry. And slowly what happened? All the chains came off, the doors opened, these guards have all become unconscious, and he takes Bhagwan on his head and he goes out. And when he goes out, what does he find? It is heavily raining. And the river Yamuna is in the floods. Now he goes there. What does he do? Does he feel scared? Does he say, Arey, ruk jate thoda, let the rain stop? No. He doesn't. He goes. Does he tell Yamuna ki give me way, I will go, and then Yamuna parts and one dry land and he goes through? Nothing. He goes in that Yamuna, which is in spate. You see now Vrindavan, right now it is under floods. Full. Yamuna has flooded that whole place. Massive. When floods come in Yamuna, any river, in fact, even Ganga or Narmada or any of them, massive is the. In that Yamuna, he goes, and suddenly what happens? The Sheshanag also is coming to protect Bhagavan, and he is going. As he is going inside, Gurudev used to narrate this very dramatically. He says the water first is at the waist level, then it has come to the chest level, then it has come to the neck level, then it has come here to the chin, then it has come to the lower lip, then it has come to the upper lip, then it has come up to the nose. And still Vasudev ji is not doubting. He is not thinking कि अरे भगवान कुछ तो करो, ये क्या है, दिस पानी बहुत ऊपर बढ़ रहा है, do some miracle. Nothing. He is having Bhagwan in the basket, and that is on his head, and he is walking. So what does Bhagwan do then? He puts his little toe out, and this small little leg of his and the toe, it will come up to here, and Yamuna ji touches that a little bit once, and Gurudev used to say Yamuna dare not touch Bhagwan for longer time because he is a baby and he will get pneumonia. So she touches him once, the toe is up to here, and she touches once, thoda pad sparsh karke, then she recedes. And he used to give the whole symbolism of this, saying ki what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is when you carry Bhagwan in your head, you have Shraddha in Bhagwan in your head, you have. Shraddha is actually intellectual quality, it's not some emotional quality. People think, ye to bahut Shraddhalu hai. No, Shraddha is intellectual quality. Gurudev used to say, belief reinforced with conviction is faith. There is nothing called blind faith. Blind faith is an oxymoron. You can have blind belief, you can never have blind faith. Because faith is logic plus experiential proof. That is faith. I need to have the clarity based on logic. Why God exists? Full logic is given in the scriptures, why God exists. And there is experiential proof of not only the individual but so many other people who have experienced that God state of consciousness. Based on logic and experience, you come to the firm conviction that God is, there is no doubt. That is called faith. It is not some hanky-panky belief system. That some 10 people come and say, come on, let us argue, I am from science, convince me God exists. Generally, we have seen in our youth camps, that is what happens. We do debate. God exists, God does not exist. 90% of the time, the team which is saying God does not exist only wins. Why? Because those who are believing that God exists are not able to prove properly. And they start doubting sometimes their own decision. That's why Vivekananda ji said that a confirmed atheist is better than a confused theist. Because a confirmed atheist has thought through, God does not exist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finished, God does not exist. But this confirmed theist has not thought. Then they say that this is blind faith in God. That was not blind faith, that was a blind belief. If you read Kenopanishad commentary of Shankaracharya ji, there is a portion where he gives a story, the Upanishad gives the story of a yaksha. At the explanation of that story, he gives so many reasons why we understand that God exists. So many beautiful reasons he gives in that. If one thinks about that, then one will get Shraddha that yes, Bhagavan exists. Law of cause and effect is one thing. The whole world has sentiency, from where that is coming. You take even in terms of science, if you think about it. Bhagavan exists because science also cannot explain the formation of life. They are trying, there's mirror of life, there's one project which is going on. They're trying to simulate life from the inert material. They can't. They are not able to do till now. And today quantum physics has branched out from physics into quantum physics because of that. Because traditional physics says matter is the base of the whole creation. Quantum physics say no, it is quantum consciousness. So there are many reasons like that. Why Bhagavan exists. So if one has Shraddha, then I will overcome any fear that I have. Why? Because Bhagavan is with me. Even if fear is there in the heart, it will not stop me from doing what I need to do. That is very important. Faith means that. As the faith grows, then slowly that fear will not even be there. But if my faith is, not very, very strong, it is just there. Initially, it is small. Then, in spite of fear, I will still face. That's the power of that faith, and it will grow. So, fear comes, then invoke faith. Faith in the divine, faith in Bhagavan, faith in Shastra, faith in the Guru, faith in your own past karmas, faith in your ability to face it now. Whichever way, one should overcome fear by having faith. And fear also comes when we do prohibited karma. When we do something wrong, when we do something adharmic, then there will be fear. Because then there is a fear of getting exposed, fear of the consequences, fear of public ridicule. So many things come with that. So one who sticks to dharma will be fearless in life. When we don't stick to dharma, whatever adharma we do, that adharma will land us up in some or the other fear. If not immediately, in some time. And so doing the duties, being dharmic, is one another way to be fearless. In Ramayana it comes, Sugriv becomes very happy when he gets back the kingdom. When Vali was killed, Sugriv got back the kingdom, and it was monsoon time, 4 months of rainy season. So he started enjoying his power, enjoying pleasures and all that. And Bhagwan is waiting now because monsoon time, what will happen? Everybody has to wait. So he was waiting in the cave. 4 months are over now, but Sugriv has fully forgotten because he is enjoying. So Bhagwan sends Lakshman and he tells him, he reminds Sugriv that there is a pact that we have undertaken and he has to send people to find Sita ji. Hanumanji comes to understand this. He quickly, even actually before Ramji sends Lakshmanji, Hanumanji is seeing Sugriv and he warns him. He's saying, monsoon is getting over, you better call for all the monkeys to come from wherever they are because you'll have to send out search parties. Sugriv had become so indulgent that he had forgotten. Luckily, he had Hanumanji with him, so he gave him the right advice, and Sugriv calls all people. So some crores of monkeys, they land up there. When Lakshmanji goes there, he sees Sugriv, he becomes very angry. And he is ready to kill Sugriv. That is where Sugriv, you see his thinking, and you see in Ramayana also how it happens. Sugriv sends Tara to talk to Hanumanji. He doesn't go himself. He sends Tara to calm down Hanumanji, to talk to Lakshmanji, sorry, not Hanumanji. Tara he sends to talk to Lakshmanji. And Tara convinces him, saying, Sugriv, he is very sorry, he delayed it, but he has already sent messengers to get all the monkeys there, and he will very soon organize. So, Hanumanji helped Sugriv to overcome his lethargy, his forgetfulness, And Sugriv becomes very scared at that point in time when he sees Lakshmanji in that form. So if you actually see, Sugriv is a symbol of fear in lot of times, and it is Hanumanji who brings Ramji to him, helps him to get out of the fear of Vali. I read somewhere, Vali, his boon, it's not in Valmiki Ramayana, it is some other version of Ramayana. So Vali had a boon. What was the boon that he had? That when he fights any opponent, the opponent's strength will become half and his strength will become double. So somewhere it was said that this is what this person, the person who was saying it, he said, मुझे भी यही लगता है जब मैं अपने घर वाली के सामने जाता हूँ. So he said that कलयुग में वाली ही घरवाली के रूप में अवतरित हुआ है. So fear, when it comes, this is what happens, but one should still face that with Shraddha. And when you have a teacher, Hanumanji there is acting like the teacher who is guiding him continuously, then one will get out of that fear slowly. Fear comes because of attachment, is also what we discussed. He was so much attached, this Sugriv, to enjoyment that he forgot his duty. And because he forgot his duty, he was scared to face Lakshmanji after that. Think about it, it happens in so many situations in our life also. We know what needs to be done, but we don't do. And what we should not do, we happily do. Which is a problem that even Duryodhana speaks about. Janami dharmam nachame pravritti, janami adharmam nachame nivritti. I know what is right, but I cannot practice it. And I know what is wrong and I can't avoid it and I can't drop it. So that is what fear, attachment will make a person do. And where there is attachment, there will be fear. In the Gita, one big expression comes, very nice expression, which is very unique to the Gita, is Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha. One who is free from Raga, Bhaya and Krodha. Raga means attachment. Bhaya is fear. Krodha is anger. So this attachment is the cause of both fear and anger. Why attachment is the cause of fear? Because when in attachment, I don't do what I am supposed to do, then I am scared. In attachment, I am scared also of losing what I have got. When I am scared of losing what I have, then I will have fear. And when I don't get what I want, then there will be anger. So attachment is the cause of both fear as well as anger. And attachment is a problem not only for human beings. Even for a computer, attachment only is a problem. Virus comes through attachment only. So one should be very careful of attachment. If I want to get out of fear, I should get out of attachment. Some attachment I will have to something, some person, some way of being, some image I have about myself. Now that attachment is what creates fear. Why Hanumanji is fearless? One of the biggest reasons for that is he is absolutely detached. He has no attachments at all. Oh no, Swamiji, how can we be fully detached in life? Because we think that if we are detached, then we are disinterested, unambitious. But detachment does not mean that. Detachment is not disinterest. If I am detached, it only means I am able to accept life as it comes. When I am detached, I am still loving to people. Love and attachment is not the same. In fact, one who is detached only can be truly loving, because in detachment, the beloved is important. In attachment, I am important. Nowadays, people say, no, Swamiji, in this relationship, there are no two people. It is only I am there. They say that for the other person means what? I am absent. Only that person thinks only about I, me and mine. मैं तो हूँ ही नहीं इसमें. Why? Because that means that they are only thinking about themselves. What is love? Love is you extend yourself. Identification with the beloved is love. So attachment में I am important. In love other is important, and that's why I need detachment. Only when I have detachment in my heart can I be very loving to others. And in that I find the joy. People think if I become detached then I won't experience joy, Kya ho gaya detached? Congratulations, you achieved such and success. हाँ ठीक है, ये तो होता है. It is not that type of some dry state, kya detached person ho gaya. All kinds of wrong notions we have created about detachment, so we think detachment is only meant for sannyasis, sadhus. Who gave the knowledge of detachment to whom in the Gita? Krishna Bhagavan gave the knowledge of detachment. More than 80 times it comes in the Gita. Be detached, be detached, be detached. Both of them are grahasthis or not? Krishna Bhagavan is the greatest grahasthi, if you say. 16,108 wives. But not one wife has complained that he does not spend quality time with me. Imagine. Not one. Naradji was stunned to find that. Is there in Bhagavatam? I am not saying by myself. It is there in Bhagavatam. I have no experience, so I can't speak. he says in Bhagavad, Naradji goes and he sees, he's stunned in Dwarka. He's going, there is no clash in this whole Dwarka, in that palace of Krishna Bhagavan. Why? Because he's seeing that Krishna is there with everybody. Areva. So he is a grahasthi. Arjuna was a grahasthi or not? And where was the knowledge of detachment given? Was it given in some cave? It was given in the battlefield. So detachment is what I need to live here in the world. If I have detachment, I will have happiness. In Bhajagovindam it is said, Kasya sukham na karoti viraga. What happiness is not available to a person who is attached, who is anchored in detachment. Our sorrow is directly proportional to our attachment, and our happiness is directly proportional to detachment. Greater the sorrow, greater the attachment, greater is the sorrow. Greater the detachment, greater is the happiness. When we remember great people in the world, one of the reasons why we remember them is what? Because they would have done something to create an impact in the lives of other people. So detachment and fear, they go together. Vairagyameva abhayam. Bhartrihari says very beautifully, he says, bhoge roga bhayam. When we go on indulging in sense enjoyment, there is a fear of disease. Kule chuti bhayam. If we have great pride about, oh, I am from this kula, that kula, then there is a fear of किसका वजह? उनके दो neighbors कौन हैं? When I am attached to my family's name, then there is always a fear of doing something that will bring bad name to my family. Bhoge roga bhayam kule chuti bhayam vittendra palad bhayam. If you have a lot of money, then you are scared of what? ED, IT. Vittendra palad bhayam. Mane dainya bhayam. We have a lot of man. Then one is scared of insult. Mane dainya bhayam. Rupe jaraya juraya bhayam. If one has pride of the beauty, handsomeness. That's why people don't go to gym. Yeah. Because they give logic to me, saying, Swamiji, dekho, till we go to the gym, the muscles are there. If you don't go to gym, muscles don't build properly. So I don't go to gym. Are? The logic is not proper there. You should go to the gym. If you stop going to the gym, muscles stop because you have stopped strength training. So, Rupe Jaraya Bhayam. Like that he says, Sarvam Vastu Bhayanvitam Bhuvidranam. In the whole world, everything is fraught with fear. Vairagyam eva bhayam. Dispassion, detachment alone gives fearlessness. There is no substitute for detachment. If I want happiness, I have to be detached. The more attached I am, the more miserable I will be. And that other person also, that's the saddest part. ये सब क्यों कर रहे हो? आपके लिए, भाई हमको नहीं करना चाहिए भाई, बट नहीं आपके लिए कर रहे. So many times the control is so much that One is doing it with intent of good only, but this dominating, controlling, possessiveness, the other person also doesn't like. Think about it. What was the cause for people, 40 lakh people to die in this Mahabharat war? Who was mainly responsible? If you have to identify one person. Dhritarashtra, not even Duryodhan. Dhritarashtra is mainly responsible. He is a king. He can tell very well to his son कि you keep this half kingdom which is also technically not his, but okay, ये रखो, ये तुम्हारा है, and return this which is belonging to Pandavas. He doesn't. Full Vidur Niti, you listen to it. Vidurji is giving him such great advice, and that's a very nice portion on ethics, governance, all that. At the end of it, this man, he says, Vidur, I know what you are saying is right, everything is correct, but attachment is very powerful. What can I do, I am very attached to my son, so I can't take the right decision. Such a weakling. 40 lakh people died, including what? His own 100 sons. Finished. When we are attached to somebody, we become the cause of their own destruction. And then in the name of love, what are we doing? Destroying the beloved. How many people are there who do not allow their children to do what the children really want to do and make them take up some career, some option which their child is not even made for it, Baba. The child has come with his or her own baggage. Why are you pushing something on the child? But no. हमारे खानदान में आज तक कोई डॉक्टर नहीं बना, तुमको डॉक्टर बनना पड़ेगा. अरे नहीं बनना है मुझे. So much people have that. Marriage also, career also. Think about it. Attachment, how much attachment? नहीं आपके अच्छे के लिए. अरे after some time it is, they have the Vivek Shakti, Baba, and they will deal with it. It is their life, their journey. How do we know their baggage? We don't know only. What baggage they have brought, हमको क्या पता? And then when they rebel and do something, then they'll start doubting. Where did I go wrong in my parenting? Think about it. All because of attachment only. So where there's attachment, there will be sorrow. Where there's attachment, there will be fear. Where there's attachment, there will be anger. Attachment doesn't come. 1 + 6 का offer free है attachment के साथ. One attachment will bring 6 things. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All. And destroy our life. That's why become detached. Hanumanji is so happy, very, very detached. Everybody was crying when Bhagwan was going. Bhagwan took full Ayodhya Vasis, everybody he took with him, and he went to his Saket Lok when he finished his Leela. One person he didn't is Hanumanji. Because Hanumanji himself told Bhagwan ki Bhagwan, I don't want to come. Read Valmiki Ramayana there. So beautiful it is there. He says, Bhagwan, you give me permission. I want to stay here only. I don't want to come with you. Everybody dying to go with Bhagwan, and Hanumanji saying, I don't want to come with you. You go. And he's taking everybody to Saket Lok. He says, you go. You just give me permission. With your permission, I will stay here. And he says, what will you do? He says, you bless me that I spread more and more of Ram Nam. My job is only that. I don't want to do anything else. And Bhagwan says, okay. That's why very nice shloka says, Yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam tatra tatra krita mastakanjalim bashpavari paripurna lochanam marutim namata rakshasantakam. Wherever Raghunath Ji's kirtan is happening, there, who will be there? Hanumanji will be there. Where Ram Katha is happening, where Ramji's name is being taken, Hanumanji will be there. And he is there not only in those places, he is there even in other places where where people need to be introduced to Ram Nam. How many people he introduced to Ramji while Ramji was there or not? Sugriv, he made him meet Ramji. Vibhishan, he made him meet Ramji. Ravan also, he gave the sandesh to Ravan about the glory of Ramji. Ahiravan, Mahiravan also, he went and he released Ramji from there. So many, if you think about it, Hanumanji he has saved lives of so many of the people also. So when we have this Shraddha that he is such a great Hanumanji who is anchored in detachment, anchored in bhakti, anchored in seva, and that Hanumanji is with me, and in his heart is Ram, Lakshman, and Sita ji. Then all these forces are with me, nothing will happen. Let any planet be in whichever alignment, doesn't matter. And don't bother about so many things. एक extra A डालो, एक extra ये डालो, एक extra B डालो. It has its own impact. I don't say no. I don't want to dismiss any of that. But don't believe in that more than these things. Mind has to be strong. एक A डालने से क्या हो रहा है actually? एक्स्ट्रा डाल दिया कुछ. मैंने स्वामी जी बहुत फर्क पड़ा. एक A डाल दिया ना, उसके बाद from millionaire I became trillionaire. Oh, very good. Not just because of adding A, that's because you have that Shraddha that now my life will be good, and then you start working and then it will manifest. Our mind is more powerful than anything else, and that mind becomes the most powerful when it is anchored in a deepest source of strength, and that is Bhagavan. So faith and fear, they go opposite. How to develop Shraddha? Satsang is the method to develop Shraddha. Reflection, think on what the logic is given by the Shastra. Read the lives of saints. So many great saints are there. How did they discover the divine? What are the obstacles they went through? How they overcome all those? And I'm not even saying about this, the descriptions in the Puranas and the Itihasa. I am saying historical saints. Read lives of Namdev ji, Janabai, Stakubai, Tukaram ji, Mirabai, Andal, 63 Nayanars. Read. One book which made a big impact in my life it's a Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan publication, and the title is very nice, How God Came into My Life. All historical people, how God came into my life. Each of them, how they have experienced the divine. I said, if this is a possibility in human life, what am I going to do sitting in front of one computer and doing some programming? I used to do all that programming I had learned, and I said, no, this is the possibility of human life, that one can experience fulfillment and divinity. Then better to strive for that. So when we read the lives of saints, it will give a lot of strength to us. That's how Shraddha will increase. And sadhana. One most important aspect is I must do sadhana. Start small, grow big. Find one Ishtadevata. Whoever is your Ishtadevata, one form. Most of us will need form. If somebody is there who is so subtle in the mind कि उनको सगुण निराकार करना है, then chant Omkar. But that requires high level of vairagya. Then only Omkar Upasana will work. And very, very rare will be those who don't even need Sagun Nirakar. They are straightly ready for Nirgun Nirakar. But majority we will need form. So identify one form. Hanumanji, who is the Ishta of Hanumanji? Ramji. One form. Shankaracharya ji worshipped Shivji. Mirabai worshipped Krishna. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa worshipped Mother Kali. One. We celebrate other festivals. If we see some temple, we still bow down to the form which is there, no doubt. But in the daily sadhana, one. And daily I should connect to that form. Simple niyam will help. If you can't do in the same place, same time because of travel, work, anything else, then choose the quantity, saying, okay, one mala of japa I will do, 108 names. Or one puja I will do, 15 minutes. Don't say I light one lamp every day. That is a good beginning, but don't stop with that. Simply lighting one lamp is not going to help me to connect. When I chant a stotram, when I do some puja, when I do some japa, then I am surrendering my mind. I am surrendering my ego. I am learning to inculcate that bhav of Bhagavan. Anugraha of Bhagavan is with me. One will feel that. and go into that state of silence after doing the sadhana. Don't simply light the diya and just say, now I am silent. These mantras, stotras, many things which are given, no, they have their own vibration, they bring certain emotions and they train certain attitudes in the mind, and it will help a lot. So sadhana is a way to anchor in bhakti and invoke the grace of Bhagwan, then you will feel strong. Why is it that Hanumanji feels very fearless? One is detachment and second is bhakti. How did he cross the whole ocean and go? Many people think that, Jambuanji reminded him of his power and he had forgotten his power, so he went. That was only one small reason. In Hanuman Chalisa, what is said? Prabhu mudrika meli mukhmahi jaladilangi gaye acharaj nahi durgam kaj jagat ke jete sugam anugraha tumre tete. Whatever difficult jobs are there in the world, all he has done and it will become easy by his grace. Why? Because Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukhmahi. Meaning what? Prabhu Mudrika is symbolic of Ram Nam. And that is what he tells Vibhishanji. You are taking Ram Nam, but you are not doing Ram Kam. Work of Ram you are not doing. So we need to do both. Ram Nam also and Ram Kam also. Every day if I do this, I will be fearless. And last point is, fear is coming because of ignorance, right? The root cause is ignorance. I don't know. So I should gain knowledge. If I am scared about certain skills, I should gain the knowledge of those skills, then I should practice. If I am scared about any other relationships, I need to gain more knowledge of what I am doing right, what I am doing wrong, what the other person wants, what the other person doesn't like. I need to gain knowledge. Deepest is the knowledge of the truth, the self. When I don't know who am I think I am this jiva, I am the BMI, then that is the cause of so much of fear in life. Because then attachment to the body, attachment to individuality, attachment to my desires, all that will arise. So getting the knowledge of the self, who am I truly? That knowledge of the truth, and Hanumanji is a Brahmagnani. He is not just a, first of all, Vanara is not a monkey. That is a wrong translation. If you read Valmiki Ramayana, Vanaras are the Amsha of Devatas. They are a different species. And don't think they are some Homo erectus between the monkey and the man, all that. Why do we have to todo marodo everything and fit in the limited knowledge of science that we have? Science is still growing. Science is still evolving. There are hundreds of species. Science doesn't even know any of that. Science believes only in what is visible. There are so many things which are invisible. But sadhana, if you do, then those things become experiential also. So Vanaras are a different species altogether. And so Hanumanji, he was a Navavyakarana Pandit and his guru was Surya Devata. In 60 hours, he learned the entire Veda. And the essence of the Veda is what? Is to know this truth that Aham Brahma Asmi. I am infinite consciousness. I am not the body. So when Bhagwan Ram asks him that what is your relationship with me, brilliant answer he gives. He says, Deha Buddhya Dasosmi. At the level of body, I am your servant, you are my master. Jiva Buddhya Tvadamshaha. At the level of Jiva, I am a part, you are the whole. But Atma Buddhya Tvamevaham. From the level of the self, you and I are same. There is no difference. That is called Atma Gyan. And did that Atma Gyan prevent him from being humble? Did that Atma Gyan prevent him from serving Bhagavan? Does he say, Acha Ramji, you and me are same na, chalo paas baithenge? No. That is the brilliance of that Atma Gyan, that a person continues to understand that at the body level, Bhagavan is master, I am the servant. Hanumanji's place is where? Always at the feet of Bhagavan Ram. Most humble. That is real strength. Absolute humility, complete fearlessness. That is Hanumanji. Otherwise, sometimes one is हाँ तो बेचारा है क्या है बहुत ही विनम्र है, and anybody taking that person for granted. And other height is complete arrogance. Why? I am fearless. I care for nobody. No, humility and fearlessness, compassion and this attitude of being strong and serving, they all go together. That is Hanumanji. So when I understand all this, then when we say tum rakshak kahu ko darana, one will invoke that faith in one's heart ki Hanumanji is so great, he is there with me, there is nothing to fear, and I will do what Hanumanji did. How Hanumanji lived, chanting Bhagwan's name, I will chant. How Hanumanji lived with the attitude of a sevak, I will live with that bhav. How Hanumanji did his duty, did not do adharma, I will do that. So many qualities of Hanumanji. When we start applying in our life, you will see the presence of Hanumanji also, fear will go, and follow all these things. So 2 acronyms I told you. FACE, first acronym was forget everything and run. No, forget everything and run, that's the first acronym. Second acronym is face everything and rise. Last acronym is false emotion appears real. Fear many times is a false emotion that just appears real. I am scared of lizard. Arey, who should be scared of whom? You are some 80 kilos huge. That lizard is so small. Who should be scared? Arey, ye mere upar pair rakh dega to I will be finished. But no, we are scared. It is an imagination, a false emotion that appears real. Even what will happen after death. So much of imagination, that is only bringing fear. Every night we experience what will happen to us after death. Bhagwan has given us that experience. But we don't reflect upon it. Are you aware of the body at night? Not aware. You still exist or not? Do you dream or not? Do you like to go to sleep or not? Swamiji, we love it. In fact, we have a special capability. Anywhere, anytime, anyhow, I can sleep. In dream, in this dream state, I am in my subtle body. I am not in the gross body. That is the subtle state in which the jiva will be when the body is dropped. Till one gets another body, that subtle state is what we call as preta sharir. But movies and other things have made it very scary. But it is not like that. It is just a preta literally means one was departed. Right now we are in this Pitru Paksh. The preta sharir is one who is a disembodied being, is called as a preta. That's all. And that body will come again very soon. As per the karmas, that disembodied being also will take a body. Till then it is in the preta sharir. That is one type of body, which is air, vayu pradhan. This body of ours is predominantly earth and water pradhan. The devatas are light, agni pradhan. They have light, that is their body. So when we get this knowledge, nothing is going to happen. As per Bhagwan's beautiful laws of karma, we will move ahead. When this session is over, what will you do? You will happily go, no? Will you feel scared? Pata nahi hum kya karenge, kahan jayenge, kya hoga? Same way, when we have come onto this earth, we have done certain karmas, we have exhausted, we will move ahead in our journey. Bhagwan will take care. So that knowledge when one has, then there is nothing to fear. And Hanumanji's grace is there. Tum rakshak kahu ko darana. So false emotion appears real. If I understand this is a false emotion appearing real, then I won't give it so much of hype. How much we exaggerate it, build it up. It's a false emotion that appears real. So these are few things I wanted to share, and may Hanumanji's grace be with us to live a life of complete fearlessness, anchored in faith, anchored in doing our duties, anchored in devotion. Thank you. Hari Om. My driver would have brought something. Did he come? Just give me 5 more minutes.
Yes.
He would have brought some, you know. Oh, you didn't chant before? Okay. How many of you know Hanuman Chalisa? Very good. So, 2026 is a very special year for Chinmaya movement. We are celebrating 75 years of the Chinmaya movement. And Gurudev started this in 1951. So 2026 will be 75 years. And we are going to do one very big program. So I request all of you to take out your phone and save the date. And the date is 1st February. 1st February 2026 in Bandra Kurla Complex, MMRDA grounds, we are going to have massive program, 108 Havan Kunds minimum. There can be little more also. And we are going to get together and chant Hanuman Chalisa. It is a Hanuman Havan. So 108 Samashti Shri Hanuman Chalisa Havan will happen. Morning 9 o'clock to afternoon 1 o'clock. We will get together. Imagine the power of at least 10 to 15,000 people chanting Hanuman Chalisa. And while doing that, if you want to be a Yajman, you can even do the ahutis, you can do the offerings, invoke the grace and blessings of Hanumanji. Veda is, the Havan is our ritual, a Vedic ritual, very, very powerful. And Samashti, when it is done, it has absolutely different impact altogether. So please save on that date. Please come, register for it. That was what I wanted to share with you. He has not yet come. It's okay if he has not come, then I will send it to you by soft copy. You pass it on. You can pass it on the group. What is important also is, so we will have, apart from this Havan there are various other things which are going to be put up. There's a nice Chinmaya Amrit Yatra. So there's a nice mobile exhibition that is being made. So that will also be there. There's a kids zone. There's some adventure activities. There's a Hanuman Mela. There are nice things based on Hanumanji that we are creating. And as a build up to that, we are also going to have Hanuman Mela in different parts of Mumbai. So there will be yoga based on Hanumanji. How many of you know Hanuman Danda? Few people. Hanuman Danda is very nice. So Hanuman Danda, so yoga based on Hanumanji, dance and music based on Hanumanji, quiz based on Hanumanji, various activities based on Hanumanji. One simple question. Hanumanji's Vahan. Who is Hanumanji's Vahan? Do you know? Vayu is not the Vahan. Bull is the Vahan for Shivji. Peacock is the Vahan for Kartikeya. Mouse is the Vahan for Ganeshji. Like that, who is the Vahan for Hanumanji? Do you know? If you want to know, you should come to Hanuman Mela. Ushtra, camel is the Vahan of Hanumanji. Ushtra Rudhaya Viraya Mangalam Shri Hanumate. There is a nice shloka. Like that, many fascinating things about Hanumanji you will know. So we have many things we are planning and it will come up. The idea is so that people know more about him, because we don't know many things about Hanumanji. Who is the son of Hanumanji? Huh? Makaradhwaj. Makaradhwaj is the son of Hanumanji. Like that, many things. I don't want to reveal everything now, but
Swamiji was a brahmachari.
correct. He was a brahmachari. But find out, it is connected to Lanka Dahan. Lanka Dahan, after Lanka Dahan, something happened and then Makaradhwaj was born. And he was brought up by Ravan's brother Mahiravan. And Hanumanji released Bhagwan Ram from his captivity and installed his son Makaradhwaj as the son of Patal Lok. Very nice. Hanumanji has a wife also. Though he is a brahmachari, he has a wife. How? You find out. Many fascinating things are there about Hanumanji. हमको बहुत कम पता है actually. So come to know more and more about it, and tell more and more people also. It is very easy to relate to Hanumanji. He is a devata who is there in this Kali Yuga also. Till the end of the Kalpa he is there. And please build a bond with Hanumanji very clearly, because next life, next Kalpa ka Brahmaji also, this is Hanumanji only, okay? So in case you don't get Mukti till then this Brahmaji only is going to become next Kalpaka. I mean, this Hanumanji is going to become next Kalpaka Brahma. Abhi ke Hanumanji will become next Kalpake. I mean, not next Kalpa, matlab next Brahma he will become. So Valmiki Ramayana says that Bhavishyat Brahma. Ramji has said that. He is Bhavishyat Brahma, next Brahma. Succession planning, this is called. करके रखा है भगवान ने कि ये ब्रह्मा जी का टेन्योर खत्म होने के बाद अगला ब्रह्मा जी कौन है? ये हनुमान जी. So like that. So please come on 1st February. She will send you the details. Do register for it. And if any of you want to follow Chinmaya Mission, please follow Chinmaya Mission Mumbai on YouTube, on Instagram. We have our channels. And my channel is Chinmaya Shivam on YouTube as well as on Instagram. So we are going to chant once Hanuman Chalisa and then we will conclude. Whoever wants to join, please. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nija Mana Mukur Sudhari Dharana Raghubar Bimala Jaso Jogaya Kupalachari Buddhi Natanu Janike Sumira Pavan Kumar Kala Buddhi Vidya Dev Mohi Karu Kale Swadikar Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jai Kapil Sati Loka Ujagar Ramaduta Tulit Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavan Sutanama Veera Vikram Bajrangi Sumati Nihara Sumati Ke Sangi Kancana Varana Viraja Sudesa Anana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Vajra Dhwaja Viraje Ande Munj Janeyu Saje Sankar Suvana Kesari Nanda Teja Pratapa Mahajagavanda Guni Ati Chatur Ram Kaj Kari Deko Atur Prabhu Charitra Suni Deko Rasiya Ram Lakhan Sita Manasiya Sushma Rupa Dhari Siya Hidikava Ikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarava Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sahare Ramachandra Ke Kaj Sahare Jai Sajivan Lakhan Jiyaye Shri Raghuveer Har Shiur Laye Raghupati Ki Bahut Badhai Tum Mama Priya Hari Samabhai Sas Badhan Tumaro Jas Gaave As Kahi Shripati Kantha Lagave Sanakadik Brahmadi Munisa Narad Sarad Sahita Ahisa कुबेर दिगपाल जहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु खेलो तारी मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरे मुख माही रांगी गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे पेते द्वारे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंधि महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महाधेरा। हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित। जय बसौ सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।